Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Out Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we are live on a Sunday morning, ready to give you guys some podcasting. Of course, if you've been listening to our show for a long time, then you already know what this episode is all about. It's our annual Father's Day episode, and we have a very special guest, the man who sperm I am made out of, half of it is my dad. What's up, Dad?
What's up? What's up?
Glad you can make it.
Yes, sir.
As always, thank you for, the pull-out game being a little slow and me being here. Really couldn't imagine it another way.
Almost got it right.
Yep. And we did get you a little something. Pass that on around to him.
Appreciate that. Yo. Do I need to open this up right now?
Yeah,
yes.
Sure. Okay. And of course, you guys can, write in with questions and stuff. If you have any questions, topics you want to hear my dad talk about, we'll check them out in the chat. He's a hard man to shop for. You and my mom have everything already.
Yeah, that's
right.
True.
So if you try to get them anything, particularly if they like it, they already got a version of it somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll add this to my list of gift cards.
Yeah. So we broke down. We got him a gift card from like Home Depot.
He loves that place.
Yeah.
Buying seeds.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's always doing something in the garden. He's just sending me pictures of the garden the other day.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, he gave us some stuff from the garden.
Yeah. I saw this.
I told you I like going down there. I told you I love old folks in their garden.
I got these peppers here, guys, that you guys can see. Now, what's the process in making turning these peppers into this this spice like this? Because I'm sure that they're made peppers. Do you got to dry them out or something?
Yeah, I have a dehydrator, so I pick them when they're ripe, put them in the dehydrator. You got to put them on the deck because otherwise it'll release that capsaicin, that stuff that burns you in the house, and you breathe it. So I just put it out there for 24 hours, bring it in, put it in a coffee grinder, grind it up, and then hand it out to some victims.
Well, I love it. I put this in everything.
It's actually really good.
I have so much. I go through this stuff because I like my stuff just a little spicy.
Me too.
So I'll throw this in if I'm making some like one of these dishes from Hello Fresh or something. Some pasta or something, just sprinkling in there a little bit.
Wake it up.
Yes, sir. I love spice. And now what is this here? Just like maybe mint or something?
That's
what is this?
Basil.
Basil.
Man,
okay.
let me tell you this. I got to tell you this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom she's doing stuff in the garden this year. She normally just does a little bit.
Oh, she's doing a lot. She showed me.
I know, man. She went out and bought some basil seeds, and she planted them, and then we set them out. Basil, you just need 1 or 2 plants. She's got over 50 plants of basil. Fresh, and they're all growing up. They're about getting close to a foot high now.
Basil, thyme, rosemary.
I know, man. She's got it out there. Yeah.
They asked
lemongrass.
That's what y'all growing in the garden. So basil, thyme,
tomatoes.
Is this garlic? Is this garlic?
Yeah, that's garlic that I grew. I got the garlic. Got the garlic heads from, I think, Aldi, and just busted them up into individual cloves and planted them last year, and then harvesting them this year. They're very easy to grow.
You have to do them quick now. When you get them at the ground, they don't be lasting long.
Oh, I know, but I always see these on. I always see this on like TikTok and YouTube. People being like, you can just take what you get from the store.
Yeah,
yes.
break it up into individual cloves.
I'm scared to try, but
no, it's the easiest thing to ever grow. You don't have to do anything to them. And you can use the garlic chives, like you get green onions.
Yeah.
Just cut the chives off, and they taste exactly like garlic. You use those almost all year until it's time to get the cloves. Then you get the cloves,
Yeah,
okay.
And last time you gave me some garlic, I made some garlic tomato. You gave me some garlic and tomatoes. I made some garlic tomato basil chicken.
Yeah, that was absolutely delicious.
I think you gave us basil, tomato, and garlic. So I enjoy the fruits of y'all's garden. Appreciate it.
It's good. Appreciate it.
What other stuff are y'all growing out there?
Got squash. I've got some jalapeno peppers. I've got some collard greens, only like 4 plants of those. Yeah, cucumbers. That's a grew that. We've gotten 10 cucumbers so far this year. Yeah, from 3 plants. So
now, how did you always know how to do this stuff?
That was my question.
Man, I learned that when I was growing up because it was like 10 of us. So we stayed with my grandmother during the day when my mom worked. So my grandfather used to send us out in the garden, man. I knew how to plant stuff, harvest stuff, how to self-fertilize things, all that stuff, man. And then when I got my own place, I've always done it. I'm glad to see your mom's getting into it too. She loves it.
Yeah, I was never like into it when I was a kid. You know, we go down my great grandmama's house, and she had them like blackberry bushes, and all this land in the back and stuff. And I'll just be like, I'm gonna stay in here and read some books.
Some bugs out there.
Yeah, I was scared of them bugs. Someone said, "What are the easiest veggies to grow?" You just said garlic. So
yeah, garlic is easy. Let's see, herbs are pretty easy to grow. You know, basil, oregano. If you plant rosemary, it will make a bush and it can grow huge, as big as me. And they're perennials. They'll last for a long time. You just plant them one time and they do their own thing.
Damn. If you want to stop them, what you gotta do? Dig them up?
I did that one year. I planted this bush and it got too big. It was taking too much of the garden, so I said, well, I'll just split it. The big ones do not like to be moved. So it died, and I put an ad on Craigslist and said free rosemary, and set it on the side of the road, and this Asian lady came by and took it all.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean a huge amount. It probably would last, but I think she takes a bath in it. And bath water, stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you could use that in hair and all types of stuff.
Yeah. Makes a great chicken too, boy.
Rosemary chicken.
Yes, sir, boy.
All right, well, there's lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff to talk about. Like I said, feel free if you have questions in the chat to continue to chime in. What do you think about these NBA playoffs? You been watching them at all?
Yeah, I'm like a lot of people. I thought Oklahoma was going to be like run through some people, but when I saw them struggling a little bit, and then they finally got to this final series, right now it could go either way. You better have your A game. You get to the fourth quarter.
They look young.
They do
now. Even though I think they're clearly the best team in basketball this year. And, if they can get over this hump this year, like they should be set up to really be a problem for a long time.
That's right.
But that when you're young, it's just hard to make that leap.
That's right. That maturity. Yeah.
And I think the Pacers, despite people underrating them or whatever, I think they have the second best record in the league since February.
Strong team, man.
And they're just a little bit older.
Yep.
And I think that comes into play in those late fourth quarters when it's close.
That's right.
That being said, man, I don't understand the Pacers brand of basketball. They play an unserious brand of basketball sometimes where, like, it just feel like it's a completely different team than the one you watched yesterday.
Yes.
That's
true, yeah.
Like, they got to that fourth quarter and they had the lead. I said, oh, man, they're about to go up 3-1. And then they immediately just threw the ball away like 3 times. Like, the hell is this?
I saw Oklahoma do that, I think, in the second game. The second game? Yeah, the third game. Seemed like they took the air out of the ball, like we got this, the fourth quarter, and it was like, nah, brother, it ain't over yet.
And I love that Tyrese Halliburton dude because he's just such a killer.
Yeah, he is.
I love guys like that where they got a little bit of unorthodox game and they love the big moments. So if you get it close at the end,
that's right,
and they on the court, it don't matter if they had a good game before they're back. None of it matters in the next like however many plays.
Yeah.
And so seeing him be able to lock in has made it interesting, and seeing that team be able to go on these big runs and comebacks, it keep me from just turning the game off when I'm like, oh man, 15-point game.
I know, right?
And I'm like, I better just let me just see.
It's 11 o'clock at night. I got to work in the morning. I can't turn this off. You get up the next day, man. I missed it. You know what I like about Halliburton too is that he's legit 3-point. He can pull up and he can go to the hole with if he needs to. So you really have to check him, especially in those crucial moments.
And he passed the ball too.
That's
like
right.
He's not selfish.
A lot of assists. There you go.
I love, I love Kobe and Jordan and all that stuff. But there's something about a guy. To me, personally, I've always respected the guys who aren't going to force the shot.
Right.
More than the guys who are like, I don't care if I got 3 people on me, I'm gonna shoot this shit.
I agree. Yeah.
That's why I like LeBron so much. And so seeing Tyrese Halliburton be able to do that, because I think that's more of a threat, is somebody that's like, send that double team. Like, please do. I can't wait for somebody to have an open 3.
Dunk.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's more of a threat to me.
Exactly.
Even if people kind of hero worship the guys who just shoot the damn ball every time. We got another question in the chat. Do you plant everything in the ground, or do you use buckets and raised beds?
All three. I've got some arugula, and some lettuce and some raised beds. I've got my wife has you guys know Judy, right? My wife. She's got a bunch of raised bed stuff, chamomile, and some of the basil started off in raised beds. She's got peppermint in there, a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry, it started off in pots. Some things we leave in pots, and then the tomatoes and squash and cucumbers, stuff like that, and garlic goes in the ground. But you can put all that stuff in pots or raised beds.
Is it true, because Judy was telling me about this, that some gardeners, that's what they do, they start, and as it gets bigger they put them in larger containers.
That's
and they were
exactly
saying
what
some
they do.
people, they only use pots, like
That's
they
right.
don't go
Yeah.
they don't do anything in the ground. That's particular people
Yeah.
that live in apartments or where it's
That's
like very
right.
restrictive.
Yeah,
A lot of people do that when they do like indoor stuff.
that's right. Yeah.
Y'all ever had problems with pests coming out there?
And eating them up.
Man, I hate to tell this story, but I had some green beans out there one time, and I kept wondering, like, dang, these damn beans are not growing, man. I looked out there one day, and this rabbit was out there like, yep, you got any salt and pepper in there? I went and got my pellet gun. I had to dispatch him, man, because it kept coming back.
Free food.
Yeah, it don't know no better. Did you cook it, or you just throw it away?
No, it was at certain times of year you can eat them in the winter, but this was in the spring when they start having parasites and stuff on them.
Oh,
So I just I ran over a rabbit one time years ago, and I was like, oh man, I jumped out of the truck. I was working at the company here in Charlotte back before I went in service. It's like, oh man, I hit a rabbit. I was feeling so bad. I went out there, man, the headlights was on the rabbit, and whatever types of parasites, fleas, or bugs that were on him, they were jumping off his ass like, all right, man, we gotta move.
He dead.
Somebody killed the house.
right. Damn.
We can no longer live here.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
Man, yeah, I wouldn't even have known there was times to eat them and not. So,
Yeah, that's true with almost any wild game. Deer,
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would have ate it. You would have took a bite raw.
Give him a vaccination.
Yeah, let me get some of these worms and get them in my brain. It's lonely up there.
What kind of, I don't want to say, is it pesticides? What do you use, like, to sprinkle around to kind of prevent them from eating your
I like
stuff?
to use natural stuff. That's one
Okay,
good thing. So
right.
one thing I do is some of these hot peppers you guys are using, I grow a lot of hot peppers. So what I'll do is, like, I'll take habaneros or like the ghost peppers or something like that, and then boil them and make a liquid out of it, let it cool down, and then put it in a spray bottle and spray it on there. That'll deter almost anything. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, because they eat it and they'll get the
hot,
They
spicy.
get that heat. Yeah, they don't want that heat. Yeah.
but it don't affect the plants.
That's exactly
Right.
right. Yeah.
You're gonna end up with some black rabbits up
I
there.
know, right? Got the hot sauce.
Damn, they put Texas Pete on this. Hey, you been to tomorrow's house?
I know you don't come out there have
I know, right?
what you call them mariachi band.
Yeah. Some things will drill a hole, like in the very hot tomatoes. Some insects will just drill a hole and then eat that stuff like it's nothing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay in there.
Nature don't play.
Did you see any snakes out there or anything?
I don't think I've run across a couple of snakes when I was cutting the grass, but
Right.
never in the garden. Although one time we lived in the other house, you remember in Yorkwood? I went out. I was out. I've always been kind of outdoor nature type. So one day I was out driving around. I saw these plum trees and some young trees underneath. I said, man, I like those. So I went and got some and planted them in the backyard, and we got some big trees with a lot of plums. And one day I went out there to get a plum, and a small green snake bit me in between my fingers.
Oh,
Yeah.
just chilling.
Yeah, he's just laying out there. He's like, hey, man, this is my plum.
Yeah, I remember.
What you doing here?
Walking back from school to Grandmama Peg house, and we was walking the path from Nations Forward, me and my cousin and my brother, and a green snake was. We just were talking and I didn't see it. A green snake was hanging off a branch, hit me right in the damn face.
Wow.
Oh no!
And I ran all the way back to the keg house. I left everybody.
Y'all got it.
I was yelling and running.
I got bit by a rattlesnake.
I don't blame you. Y'all got it.
It wasn't even that big a snake, but like anything
That's
this
not the
close to your
point.
face is
I know,
huge.
right?
Like I was like, oh my god! Like
it didn't bite you though, did it?
no, it didn't. I
that
think
ain't
it
the
was
point.
more scared of me than I
Yeah,
was
right.
bit. You know.
It don't matter.
Now that I be out there, I know like a little bit more about which snakes is
Right,
which.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
So like a green snake, as they call them on the snake Reddit, those are friends.
Yeah.
You know. And then black snakes, rat snakes,
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
They got these things called hognose snakes.
That's right.
that always acting weird. They friends. They don't.
They lay
Always
down,
acting
they lay
weird.
down and play dead.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
do a bunch of weird shit.
roll over. Yeah.
Oh
the
no!
rat snakes are scary because they can get in, like they climb places. Like
Yeah.
if you ever see somebody with a picture of a snake where it's like, yo, this thing climbed on my front door.
That's right. That's a
It's in the
rat snake.
bricks of my wall. It's a rat snake,
right.
which they're just hunting for pests.
Yeah.
Oh.
But people assume like, oh my god,
Right.
But the real scary ones to me are the cottonmouths and the copperheads.
Copperhead. Yeah.
Those, like, we saw a copperhead out here once. The one
Yeah.
that when we came in and it was trying to get in the
Yeah.
Oh, it was
that was a
circling around.
copperhead.
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are poisonous. Those
Yeah.
are danger noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm snake racist. I'm looking like snake. I'm not trying to find out
I
if you're
know,
poisonous or not. Nope.
Yeah. People just be killing snakes. They don't give a damn. They just, I think it's propaganda from the Garden of Eden. Okay,
It must
right.
be because I'm like, what is you doing here?
because some of the snakes is just like, you know, it's creepy or whatever, but it's still kind of like, you know, minding its business. It's probably gonna eat some shit you wanted to
That's
eat, like
true.
a rat or,
That's true.
you know.
I know.
But that's like having a spider in your house. There's no
Right.
There's no good spider, not from my house.
Yeah, I look at it like if I'm outdoors, that's his house.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like if I'm on that walking path, you know, like I'll take a picture of a snake. People like, did you kill it? Did you? I'm like, no.
No.
Yeah.
That's where it's supposed to
He
be.
was chilling. Yeah.
Yes, but if you get in my proximity or in my house, oh, you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't got time to be trying to figure out which one is you.
yeah. Now that's different. Yeah. What else I gonna say? Oh, did you see this military parade shit that
Yeah.
Trump did? What do you think about that?
I just watched about, honestly, maybe about 2 seconds of it as I was scrolling through the internet. I saw a picture of some soldiers. That's about it. I didn't watch it.
It seemed like nobody showed up. Everybody keeps showing these pictures of him looking, like.
Where everybody at?
Yeah, and looking kind of like he don't want to be there, which I'm like, listen, I don't know what he thought the plan was, but
Right.
sitting through an hour and a half of people marching is boring as shit for everybody.
Yeah, I know.
And I
right?
know his
And I've
ADHD
been in
ass
parades.
can't
I know,
take it,
right?
so he just looked like he couldn't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
And then I heard nobody showed up, so
Yeah.
you know I'm used to, you know. But the thing is, with nobody showing up, it don't matter because they'll just lie.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
They'll just be like, 20 million people
Yeah.
was in D.C. for the march, and you know, just pretend the same way they used to pretend Kamala's rallies didn't have people, and
Right,
meanwhile at
yeah.
the Trump rally, we could literally watch
Yeah,
people leaving
yeah,
early and
yeah.
shit. I saw another video where there's only 2 entrances and exits, so then people were stuck trying to get out for hours, trying to leave.
Single file.
Yeah, it's just and I don't know what you do if you're in the military right now, because there was a event he had where he was giving a speech and he told the people at the base, like, first of all, he was selling MAGA merch, which is fucking insane.
And you know that shit is fucking illegal. There's no way that shit can be
Yeah,
legal.
it violates the Hatch Act, I believe, but
Yeah.
who's enforcing anything at this point?
Yeah,
you know?
true. Yeah.
I know it's tired to say, but I can't even fucking imagine if like Barack Obama showed up and was selling Hope and Change T-shirts
I
and
know,
shit
right?
to the military.
I know, man.
But they asked the people, allegedly, they asked the people in the military to screen who was going to be behind him and make sure it's either Trump supporters or people that would, you know, like basically go home if you're not down with Trump, get the hell out, and you can't
Yeah.
be at this rally.
Right.
But you're in the military. Why would you say that? You're gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah, whatever y'all say.
Yeah.
Like,
Commander in chief, you know.
Yeah, like what? Like I'm not like. Why would I out myself in a military that's getting rid of people,
That's right,
getting rid
yeah,
of black and
yeah.
brown people? So of course people probably said, "Sure, I'll do it," and then stood behind them. But it just feels like we're in a unprecedented time or something. Have you ever had this feeling or seen this in America before? You know, because I feel like a lot of times we almost erase history because we're so present and we're so like, how can we get through this? This never happened before. But I'm wondering, have you ever experienced this before? I recently watched a documentary on like Vietnam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of this shit feels very similar.
Yeah, very similar. I went in service right after the Vietnam era, so I was in for 4 years. And most people went in because the job market was kind of sucky, and they went in to get some skills. They can go back out and do some things, but
why you went in to kill some Vietnam?
Yeah, yeah. Get your ass over there. Well, yeah, there was a lot of anti-government sentiment, and I guess that was sort of the advent of when the media started showing images of some of the atrocities, you know, kids getting burned up by napalm gas and stuff.
And so America could really
exactly,
see what was
yeah.
happening,
and that's
right?
what's happening. That's the parallel to me for what's going on now with the internet. You can see almost instantaneously the hypocrisy, as well as, you know, if you want to get behind it, the patriotism or opportunities for that. So yeah, there are some similarities, but I'm glad the we have more exposure to things now.
It's interesting because like it seems that, at least from everything I've read or watched, that before like the Vietnam War, for a lot of people was the first time people went like, hey, presidents be lying.
That's right. Yeah.
Like it seemed like they were like, it was like, well, if JFK say we need to do it, we need to do it, and then, you know, Nixon say we need to do it, we need to do it, even if we don't really, you know, whatever. And then like I remember in the documentaries like how the generals be lying, and they be like saying like, oh, it's this, that, and the other, and we winning the war, don't worry about it. And it was the media that kind of exposed that. And now I wonder if we have the media to do it anymore, because it feels like social media is where it's closest to like, hey, this is what we are seeing on the ground.
Right, yeah.
But social media is also not vetted,
unregulated,
full of misinformation, full of bad actors. Integrity. No editors, no oversight, and so in our media apparatus, I mean, they're scared.
They copying social media.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you got Terry Moran getting fired for saying that I forget his name now, but the racist dude that worked for Trump. Oh, that can't narrow it down.
Oh, Miller.
Stephen Miller.
Yeah.
He said Stephen Miller was a world-class hater, and ABC suspended and then fired him.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be an independent journalist. But the point being, like, I don't think we can trust our media to call balls and strikes on Trump.
Yeah.
No.
And I can't trust social media. My dad sent an email today where it was like, the dude that ran into a rally with his car, one of the No Kings rallies. And if you just search the name, you got images of different people showing up.
Yep. One black, one white. And it was a white guy who did it, but I said, well, they go blame it on a brother.
Right. And they can, and the thing is, on that side, with us being like different what do you call it, ecosystems online.
Yeah.
There are people who specialize in just lying to tell you what you would like to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why almost immediately, even with this guy who shot 2 politicians and who's on the run right now, I've already seen he's really a Democrat.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
he's really Antifa. Like, and it doesn't matter if you can't back it up. Like, we know the guy's name. His roommates are like, he's a Trump guy. He voted for Trump. He's a guy who's anti-abortion. Like, so these things line up with a certain particular, dogma in America. But I've already seen people be like, man, fuck that. He was a Democrat. These liberals are the problem. It's not Donald Trump. That. And so I don't know what you do when people exist in completely different worlds like that.
Yeah, I know, man. It's I still do a little handyman stuff. I've got a couple of customers who are deeply embedded in that MAGA mindset. And this one lady was telling me she's a very anti-DEI. And then your mom even showed me a couple of articles and said, you know who benefits from DEI the most? I said, no, who? She said, about 70% of the beneficiaries of the DEI stuff is white females.
White women.
And this woman's raising hell because
or as RG3 calls them, milk.
Right. Oh Lord. White women, they're the number one, and they've always been the number one.
I didn't realize that.
And a lot of people don't know that because they've even been lied to themselves because DEI means anything outside of a white straight man. Everybody else falls under diversity, equity, and inclusion.
That propaganda works, man.
Yeah, and even like different kinds of white men. Like if you a veteran, there's programs that are like, we want to get veterans in here, so they'll
this
make
is so true. Yeah,
you know, if you have certain disabilities, they'll like, okay, we trying to get you in here, and so a lot of people, gonna find themselves on the outside of jobs right now.
Yes, they are
wondering what happened, thinking that I thought it was just the blacks that wasn't gonna get these jobs. I didn't know. Right? I saw an Asian dude talking about how he didn't get admitted to some colleges this year. I said, brother, don't even do that. Don't even bring that shit over here. Y'all was just blaming the blacks like 2 years ago. Like if these blacks wouldn't get in,
and you know what that shit went to the Supreme Court. You know what, they actually ruled on your behalf.
Right.
And guess what? The motherfucking numbers dropped. So I don't want to hear anything. I hate to be like this. I don't want to hear anything because you complained that black people was stealing your positions. Okay. Well then now it's free for all. Your numbers dropped. But then what are you talking about? You got what you wanted.
That dude that shot them politicians too. That dude was a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like they showed how he showed up to their house on the Ring doorbell, and he had a police uniform on, but he also had like a weird mask.
Yeah.
With like
latex mask.
Like it don't look like a person.
Yeah.
Like it looked like the mask that goes underneath something in a movie, and then they put something on top of it.
The makeup type stuff.
Yeah. Like when they put on a fat suit or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he rode up on them and wore this creepy mask and just shot these people. He had a list of all these other politicians he wanted to kill and all this stuff, and now he's on the run. They can't find him. He had a police car looking thing.
Yeah, he's dressed up like a cop.
Yeah.
They said when the cops pulled up, his car was in the driveway flashing and stuff, with flashing the lights and stuff, emergency lights on, like he was. So they thought it was a cop. And when they confronted him, he turned around and opened fire on them.
Yeah, they clearly had he had thought about this and planned it out. Yeah. That's the mask right there. Which
don't even look like a real person.
Right. I'm guessing he just, as soon as they answered the door, just started shooting, because there's no way they were no way they saw this man's mask. It was like, come on in, let's talk about it. Like,
hey man, that's why I got a Ring doorbell and my shotgun.
Right. Yeah. Cause oh my God, but yeah, one of the women, she died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and the other two are a serious condition, but
because they shot both of them and their spouses too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think two, husband and wife passed away.
Yeah. And
then one of the women. So has there been 3 deaths already?
I think it's Melissa Hortman and her husband. I think maybe they died, and the Democratic Senator John Hoffman and his wife, they said they're in serious condition and they're hoping they recover. But obviously a nut bag. The guy's 57 years old.
Yeah.
And still on the run.
Yeah.
And he had like texted his roommates like some real like, I love you guys. I'm about to make some decisions that I can't take back or some weird shit like that. I'm like, man, I know they knew he was weird.
They say he had a manifesto in his car.
Right.
When he ditched the car someplace.
Man, where do they get the time to do these manifestos? Because I'm gonna tell you, man, as a professional writer, I don't. It's hard for me to get the time.
Do your grocery list. That's about it, man. He's doing a whole thing about who he's gonna kill, all the names.
Right. I'm working on projects like these manifesto dudes, man. They really got it. They got some time.
They dedicated to the cause.
They figured it out. I don't know how, but they need to. Maybe that's it. You start one of those programs where you like write a little bit every day, and then the next day, a month later, you're like, damn, got my manifesto. Well, ready to go kill some people for no reason.
A lot of research. You got to get the names, addresses, what time they're going to be home. You know, he's crazy, man.
I don't even have time to write long Facebook statuses.
I know, right?
They're out there like, and then this and then that. Well, let's get into some of these segments, y'all. There's plenty of things to talk about. And like I said, if you guys have questions in the chat, I'll feel free to ask, and we'll get into that as well. Yeah, all right. Let's see. First segment. Let's do let's do something fun. Let's do some gender wars, okay?
Oh yeah.
I got some music for you.
We're going to war. Gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war.
All right, gender wars. This is where we go around the world. We find different places on the internet where people are putting up content, hoping that we will fight about it, about men and women. But we don't judge it on who's winning, the men or the women. What we like to do is say, how good was this content?
Okay.
From 0 to 10, was it engaging? Was it well done? Did it make you want to fight? Should people share it and put comments on it? That's what we're judging here. And today's contestant is on a website on a Instagram page called It's On Site. Okay. And the title says, homeless woman blast her date for judging her living situation. Says he was out of line for saying she shouldn't be dating. He responds, at your big age, you need a lease, not a man.
Oh.
Then in the smaller, so they stole this from someone else who put homeless woman upset because man ghosted her with a ghost emoji after their first date, heartbreak emoji. Was she wrong for not saying, I don't know, or was he wrong for judging? Okay, let's see what she got to say. Okay.
Agreed. It's our first time meeting. Let them give y'all a little look.
Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you right now, immediately, I like that she flipped the camera to show us him too. Because we need to judge both of them. We need to be looking at him like, you know, I'm sure there's people in the comments like, who the hell is he to be saying he can't be with a homeless woman? Look at him, he look homeless, you know, like that.
This man say I shouldn't be dating because I don't have an address. Because I live in a motel. I shouldn't be dating. So I want to make sure that all y'all can see. Y'all need to know this man. Y'all need to know. Because he's playing games. He's judging me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying this a meet and greet. You didn't say that in your profile. You didn't say you didn't say it though.
But why would I put that in my profile?
You mean? Why would you need to let people know that you're staying in a motel and you're homeless right now. Okay, but you want to sit up here and try dating, and you out here, and then number one, how old are you and you recording? You like recording me at your.
Okay, that's another thing I like. They don't do this enough, and I think it's because they are afraid. They don't understand the meta concept. You should always bring up this person's recording you. Mm-hmm. Too many times they do these little skits, and then nobody, like, if you put a fucking camera on me and when we're having a fight,
I'm acknowledging.
I'm gonna be like, why are you recording me? But almost every time we just have people that just act like the camera's not there, and I'm like, that's stupid. So I gotta give him credit on him. Like, why are you recording me? That's a good instinct there.
I'm recording y'all because I want y'all to know this is a taker right here. Apparently he trying to take
a take.
Why does it matter?
You
why
dating?
Matter? You got a place to stay, right?
Dating.
You have a place to stay, right?
You're home. Trying to say nothing, but you're dating. And
I'm 53 years old.
Yeah, but if you're homeless and dating, you need to probably work on yourself before you start dating.
I got a good.
Now, first of all, how's she gonna get in a home? This is her working on herself. Okay, you got a home. She don't. She on dates to find people with homes. That's a smart move.
Hey man, hey. I ain't mad at her.
Okay, people have done much worse. Yep. Okay, what if y'all have a love connection? Now she got somewhere to stay. Mm-hmm. Boom.
Good job. I make almost 6 figures.
You make 6 figures?
Yeah. Okay. I work hard. I struggled for many years. I'm not ashamed of it, but I got blessed. I got a good job. I make good money. As you see, I'm dressed professional. I got me a new ride over there. Yeah, like, I'm making steps. I'm making progress.
It's okay, but you're trying to dating.
So because I don't have an address, I don't have a house,
I'm not trying to
I don't deserve love, is what you're trying to say?
But I mean,
good.
She backed him up.
She did, because he already on his back. He got his hands out trying to let me explain hands.
That's that ninja blocking them licks.
Yeah, he like, no, I'm. By the end of this,
let me explain.
Yeah,
they gonna be married by the end. Like, I guess I am tripping.
You know, you're a strong woman.
You're right. My fault.
You kind of need to let people know that ahead of time to make sure they want to deal with something like that.
Well,
if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
I felt like it's not nothing for me to put on my profile, but I did feel comfortable enough. My bad, because I felt comfortable enough to let him know my situation, the struggles that I have rose above. Because I'm
okay. Now that is a lot to ask on a first date, though. That is a big reveal. Is you on the first date, you think, because she didn't have to tell him she was homeless.
True.
He wouldn't have known.
It's true.
So maybe the date was going so good. She was like, oh, and by the way, I'm homeless.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, no, that's a deal breaker for me. I'm not into homeless women.
Did she say she makes six figures?
She says she makes 6 figures and she got a brand new car.
I mean,
she stayed at the motel.
I wonder if she's counting like them digits after the
point
death report.
Yeah. Well, you can go as far as you want that way. Honestly,
that's true. Yeah.
No, I'm surprised more people don't do that. I mean, it goes to infinity both ways.
Yeah, that's right.
rising above, maybe I'm gonna have me a place to say.
I'm not gonna do all this arguing. And you can record me.
Y'all look at him, y'all look at him.
You can record, you can do whatever you want to do. But you should let people know that you're homeless before you start dating.
And should have let me know that you got that old-fashioned thinking, like,
oh, that's old-fashioned. That's old-fashioned thinking. That's a good rebrand. That's a good remix.
I know, right?
Oh, you don't date homeless women? Okay,
right.
so you one of them old school, traditional, conservative brothers. Okay, yeah.
You must be MAGA.
Yeah, you tied into this address living. You like this address people. You like to know where to find people.
Right.
Okay. All right. You want to come over here. You want to come over to the same location every time? Okay.
Hey, you can say whatever about what I got.
Y'all check him out. Check him out.
You're dating and you're homeless.
Whatever.
You shouldn't tell people that.
You missing out on a good one, baby. I can tell you that much.
There's some good homeless pussy under here. Okay, this pussy ain't homeless. I know that much.
I can cook and clean in the same room.
Right. Okay.
Peace.
All right. Well, that was the sketch they did or whatever. I don't know how believable it is.
That's
but
deep, man. That's deep.
I like that they brought in issues of homelessness and classism, traditional values. I really love the curveball of the I make a whole lot of money and I got a car, which adds another layer to all of us to be like, then why are you living in the motel? You got 6 figures and a car, I don't know.
Be a lot of dead happening. What's happening?
Downgrade the car and get an apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. I really thought he was very good in the sketch. I believed him when he was like, "This, why are you filming me? I'm out of here. This is just supposed to be a date. I'm trying to help you." So a lot of good elements at play there for me. Karen, what would you score this 0 to 10?
I would give this about a 6.
Okay.
It's not highest quality, because I like the energy. I like both people's energy. They kind of match each other's energy, and like you say, acknowledging the camera, acknowledging that you're being recorded. Is you're gonna have people arguing about women being independent and having jobs and why men not don't support them, and then you're gonna have dudes arguing about we don't want no broke bitches.
Well, also you got dudes who I think would have a valid point of this would not work if it was a man.
Yeah,
if a man was homeless on a date talking about you traditional, you judging men for not having a house, it would you could flip the whole argument with people joining the other side. So I definitely think they found something with those gender lines there.
Yeah, so about a 5 or a 6. It wasn't top notch.
Right.
Also, I think there's nothing wrong with recording on the phone, but like the camera work. I understand is on the fly, so you got the camera work and
I think if you have it, if the camera's too good, then that now it becomes even less believable.
True.
It needs to feel like they were on what I like about this one is it feels like they were on a date
Yeah.
She brought up the homeless thing. He was like, hell no. And then she whipped her phone out and started recording them.
That's
how it felt.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how it feels.
Which feels more real than, you know, the ones where it's like you got a tripod in the corner. It just happened to start recording right when he called you a bitch, and now we got to see a minute and a half of this bullshit. Now there are comments.
So what do you think happened? So you think he took her out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
She got that meal.
Mm-hmm.
She brought him back to the place because her car was out there.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds kind of, you know.
Well, it sounded like they were still at the place.
Oh, like they hadn't been out yet.
Yeah,
like
maybe they were talking on it. There was a coffee date or something.
It looked like a coffee
Now,
date.
I mean, what I really think is that it's probably all fake. I don't believe any of these I don't believe any of these videos.
AI.
Yeah, I've been alive long enough to be like, people don't just pull out phones and start recording extremely embarrassing situations. Like what? Like is she just on Instagram constantly talking about dating and being homeless, or is this like her thing? Like it just feel like a weird thing to do. People did respond in the replies, by the way. So they put, let's see, It's K Million says, I mean, we do it to men, so let him speak his truth.
Yeah.
Persephone, who says, now, sir, why would she put homeless on her dating profile? But in all seriousness, he could have ended the date and never reached out again instead of insulting her.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a soul on this earth that would judge him for ending the date respectfully.
I agree.
He ain't missing out on shit. I would have tan from her lips. I wolf a tan from her. I don't even know what that means. That man ain't wrong, says Litty Titty DMV.
Not Litty Titty.
Look, Litty Titty be throwing some great parties, okay? Crack says nobody should be dating in survival mode. Let's see. I Am Queen B says she's right. He's right. She just wanted to come back. The ladies are on his side, by the way. I agree. Get your life together first. 6-figure job and homeless, math ain't mathing.
And maybe he was looking for. She sold it as like a romantic type date. I'm sure, and he was expecting something a little bit more than that. You know, than
maybe.
And
He's
then,
like, maybe we can go back to your place. She was like,
well, not necessarily
the
that.
good news is my place is anywhere you see. Wherever you want to stop.
I can
pull
move
over.
I can move over next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you 53 and homeless. Get your foundation in line before trying to date. There's nothing wrong with wanting companionship, but you can't expect everyone to accept the situation. So everyone's on his side. So, Dad, what would you give this? 0 to 10 for this scenario?
Scenario, I'd have to give it maybe about. I got sucked in, so I'd have to give it about a 7.5 or an 8, something like that. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty good, I think. I would give it about an 8.
Yeah.
I think the only place they really messed up is that everybody seems to be on the dude's side.
Yeah.
And you want to put a scenario where it's kind of 50-50.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Give
yeah,
people
I
a
agree,
reason to fight. And I feel like right now they're just mostly being like, this woman, whether well-meaning or not, she's out of her depth trying to date as a homeless person.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, I don't like they should have made something up that he had wrong too. Like, well, you didn't tell me you had kids or some shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, he was lying.
Yeah.
They was both lying, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have stuck like one arm in his shirt and been like, you didn't tell me you didn't have an arm or something.
It did look like he had on some sandals too, man.
Yeah,
some
like
skinny jeans or skinny pants.
Yeah,
yoga
like
pants.
we
Come
never
on.
got to what was wrong with him because it was all about like homeless is the big joker. We're not really gonna get around to talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some other stuff. Speaking of which, let's do a different segment.
Okay.
Let's talk about Diddy.
P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no.
All right, Diddy news. Kanye pulls up to Diddy's trial.
Yay.
Yep. I'm gonna be honest, man.
Do not care.
There's certain people you don't want showing up sometimes. Like, that's enough support. Like the Hitler nigga, you can stay home. They already think I'm bad enough. It doesn't help that you're pulling up. His wife Bianca Sensory also showed up. dressed in full black leather. Oh, you let her wear some clothes.
Oh,
good for her.
There you go.
You know, normally they come out the house, I'll be like, put a coat on that baby.
I know, right?
Right.
She got
that baby gonna get sick.
She got to be freezing.
See through.
Right. This man in all black leather, wearing furred coats, and then she just got on like floss. And I'm like, there's no way the temperature in that room is good for both of y'all. But yeah, he pulled up. Let's see. Boosie Badass is eviscerated for claiming Cassie Ventura enjoyed alleged abuse by Diddy. I don't understand the hold that Boosie has on our culture.
Me either, because I don't give a fuck about what he talking about either. Maybe I'm old. I'm like, I don't care.
And we're never covering anything that he did that's good.
Right. He's ignorant.
I've never seen a headline that started with Boosie Badass and ended with like, oh, you know what? Okay. Good for him. Like, it's always like Boosie Badass hates his gay daughter. Boosie Badass.
Right. It's like, why? I don't understand.
Yeah. Just
it's like Dave Chappelle talking about something goes wrong. They call in Ja Rule to ask him what's happening. Let's see what Ja says.
And it's even worse with him because it's always something bad. Like, at least with Ja Rule was just on some like, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like he put she like piss in her mouth. Flame emoji, double exclamation points. I don't see any crimes he has done. This is all caps, by the way. Everything was consensual. She enjoyed the sex thrills and gifts after. I see no crime but domestic violence. I like how you put but domestic violence. Like,
that's just
other than just
that's so little
kicking her in the head on camera. Y'all in here, they got y'all. You got to think. In this case, which is a lot of this is spelled wrong, by the way. Shaking my head, but they left Hugh Hefner do whatever. I think he meant let. Sad checkmark emoji 100. If he was black, he would have been in prison. Let's keep it 1,100. It's crazy how sex parties become crimes. This man something is wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
Something is seriously wrong with this brother. If anything, this should be a domestic abuse case, not a sex trafficking case. Okay, you went to law school, Boosie? All right. She enjoyed the wild sex parties and extravagant gifts on the back end. All of these years of sex parties, and you mean to tell me she didn't enjoy it? I'm convinced she enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure she came during those freak-offs. Then a weak smirk face. It was a lifestyle. This was consensual. She was his girlfriend trying to give someone life in prison for this bullshit. Well, here you go. Expert Boosie weighs in on the case.
Boosie.
But let's not just make it about hip hop culture, okay? Alan Dershowitz. He's a law professor. Yeah. He was also in the Epstein files. He also was accused of sexually assaulting girls with the Epstein trial. Like, yeah. Some of those women named him as one of these people.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Well, he weighed in on the situation because why not shut the fuck up when why do that when you could say something? He said that rich people get to do things. He's presumed innocent. He should not be in jail. He has the resource to afford to have armed guards surround his apartment 24/7, and the person is presumed innocent. And the 8th Amendment provides that bail, if it's granted, shall be reasonable. And that should have been granted in this case. Sure, that means rich people get to do things that people who are less rich don't get to do. But you don't punish the wealthy because not everyone can afford it.
What?
Yep. He said it was a clear violation of Diddy's rights.
Or maybe he needs to go post bail for him or something.
Yeah, why don't you start to GoFundMe then?
They was like, you get no bail, so what do? You can't pay it if they don't offer it.
Yeah. Right. Investor offering Diddy $30 million for a house says it isn't worth $60 million. So I guess maybe Diddy trying to sell off some assets because he need money.
Fire sale.
Right. So this real estate owner, from the company Bellwood Investments, his name is Bo Belmont. They caught up with him on TMZ, and he says, "Look, I offered him $30 million, but he wants 60. It's not worth 60. He wants $62 million." And I think I get it, cause like, what's his leverage?
Right.
You not gonna ever be in this house again, player.
No, you are not.
So you might want to just come up off of it.
Yeah, come up off that price. It's a fire sale.
How much time is he looking at if he's convicted? Any idea?
I don't even know what the sentencing thing.
Forever.
Right? Yeah. Like I guess I could look that up. The other thing is that's interesting that he said was He's sticking with his guns in the negotiations because if Diddy wants more and comes back with a counter, his plan is to offer 27.5 million. So he gonna go less.
Go less.
If Diddy says, nah, man, it need to be more than 30. Well, now it's 27.5. How do you like it? You know, I think it's interesting too because like it probably isn't worth that much in that house. It's probably
you probably have to gut it out and like not trying to find a remodel, all types of shit you probably gonna have to do to that house. Like the other 30 is probably just gonna go into getting it up to standards.
The bones of it is probably soaked in baby oil.
That's
and shit.
No, it is.
Got baby oil all in the bathroom, the tub,
pink cocaine
everywhere.
I can say probably have to gut the whole house.
Right. No, thank you.
Right. So I don't blame them.
It's like a meth house.
And not trying funny. It ain't like you got a big ass bidding war on this house.
I know, right?
Sounds like.
All right, let's get into a different topic. Let's see. We'll just let me get some regular news up in here. We'll get one of these beats.
I turned around, and there he was, looking good. You girl.
All right. Man, update. Keith Sweat defends entitled single woman comments despite social media pushback. So Keith Sweat the other day was doing a concert and we played it in the Gender War segment.
I do a monologue in the middle of
2-minute speech.
Right. I should have been singing.
Talking about how women don't iron clothes.
Oh man.
He's 63. He say he's single. He's looking for a woman, but women don't iron clothes no more. He been walking around wrinkled and shit.
Why am I iron clothes? Let the dryer do it. You know, dryers can take care of them nowadays.
I just miss when he was begging. That's all. I feel like this is a bad sign.
Baby. I know, right?
It's a bad sign for R&B, man, because like the begging dudes need to come back. They need to make a comeback because this new R&B not that good. Where they just sing talk, you know, with this like, and I'm gonna go holler at your girl or Mr. Steady Girl. Like, that's not a song. Sing, cry, ask them women for some sex. That's what the fuck it used to be. And he was one of our greatest beggars. I don't even think people think he's that strong a singer, but he's definitely a very strong beggar.
Oh, he in the Hall of Fame of beggars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Top 5 and ain't number 5.
Baby.
Yes.
You young, but I'm ready.
Right. He's like, that man was good at making people feel wanted. And now look at this dude. He's like, y'all ain't cooking and cleaning for me. I don't like it. So he put out an Instagram post. I'll show it on y'all. And it said, the caption was, we ain't worried about nothing haters say. Now, would the haters in this case be the women you offended that weren't?
Right.
Like, he acted like they broke in his house and caught him saying something in private. Like, you gave the speech. All right, here's the Instagram of it. Let me turn the volume up.
Pickable. I just put them bookers in my chain.
Okay, so he just dancing to Kendrick Lamar. That's his. We ain't worried about what they got to say. Is him. Just like he not really saying nothing new, but we ain't worried about nothing the haters got to say. Enjoy life. # Keith Sweat. So
it sure is kind of wrinkly.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say it,
you might have a point, huh?
You know, these women do got him out here looking kind of crumpled. Maybe he do need one of them women to one of these pick me women to do it though. I'm sure.
Of course they will.
Let's see what else happened. R. Kelly's attorneys filed for immediate release from custody, alleging officials solicited inmate to murder him. Yeah,
nah,
okay.
buddy, you gonna be in there till you take your last breath.
Yeah, okay, buddy. I don't believe it. The person that's saying it is a inmate who says he was hired to murder him while in custody at a federal penitentiary in North Carolina where he's serving a 30-year sentence. His counsel provided a sworn declaration from Michael Glenn Stein, a terminally ill inmate. So they found somebody that was going to die anyway and was like, can you just say that they told you to kill R. Kelly, you know, political prisoner R. Kelly? standing up for the people is just too powerful. We can't. The government can't have R. Kelly out here still alive.
They can't.
Okay, he knows too much.
Fighting the power.
Fight the power.
Stein claimed that he was told Kelly and his attorneys were planning to expose damaging information, as the filing alleges that officials violated attorney-client privilege by intercepting personal correspondence. Stein stated that officials told him he would be charged with Kelly's murder, but that evidence would be mishandled and there would be no conviction. You're terminally ill, brother. There's no way they was like, listen, don't worry. I know you don't want to take one more charge. You're already going to die in here, but yeah. So it looked like more R. Kelly trying to avoid some consequences of his actions. We hate to see it. And let's see what else we got. Cardi B was called out by Pastor Jamal Bryant over Target boycott controversy. Apparently Jamal Bryant, he's the guy that's leading the whole like don't go to Target charge. It's pretty big on the internets. And I guess she posted something, or she's popular. I think she went to Target and posted a picture of her in Target, like, because she likes to do that, like I'm a regular person thing. And so he said, "Dear, I am Cardi B. Grace and peace to you. I come to you with a chest full of love. There's been a national boycott at Target because they have betrayed our community by dismantling diversity, equity, and inclusion. African Americans have spent $12 million a day, and yet they don't see us as a viable partner." He also emphasized her influence. Having 163 million people following you is a great deal of influence. Many follow your lead. I hope you still will visit targetfast.org and walk alongside us. I'm fully aware that you identify as Latino and that you have children that represent both communities, and to that end you should know the movement has support as well as buy-in from the Latino community, and more specifically workers. He called the boycott the most effective boycott in 70 years since the Montgomery bus boycott. A person who doesn't stand for something will fall for anything. He also pointed out the impact of protests, saying our unified movement of churches and grassroots organizations has led to a drop in their stock, a reduction of foot traffic, a reduction of their value, and slashing of the CEO's salary. So he was trying to get her to hop on with him. Cardi hasn't responded yet, I don't think so. I guess we'll see. But my wonder is this, because is her posting that picture of her in Target, I wonder if that's an ad, because like people don't really do shit for free. Like I wonder if she did it like really spur of the moment. Just
she might have, knowing Cardi,
she is a spur of the moment person.
Yes, she is.
But I also wouldn't put it past Target to start trying to slide some influencer thing. Like I seen somebody on the other day be like, one of these influencer people on Twitter was like, yeah, these Target pillows is hidden or whatever, and everybody was like, what the fuck are you talking about? We not shopping at Target right now. What are you doing? Is this an ad? So I wonder if maybe they're starting to do that.
Right, starting to they was like, what else can we do? Pay these kind of celebrities online and shit,
right?
But they do not realize the root cause of the problem is y'all got rid of a program that a lot of people feel hurt and betrayed that you got rid of it, and there's nothing you could do to bring, even if you bring the programs back. Right. People are like, no, because you're not going to bring them back to the fullness that they were before. You're going to half-ass it and then expect us to just run our dollars back. And I really do believe for some people, after, what they say, 90 days, something becomes a habit. This has been going on so long that for some people they have a habit of not going to Target anymore. For some people, like they broke that habit.
They found but at this point they found places to get their stuff.
Right, and so it don't matter what you do. Yeah, you might get some money back eventually, but for some people they have made up in their mind that you will never get another cent from them for the rest of their lives.
In the news of BET Uncut.
Okay.
Wax a Million, his song Ain't Got No Panties On.
You played that song for me.
It's topped Spotify's viral charts 24 years after its release.
Oh shit! I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on the dance floor. Hey!
Yep.
That ridiculous ass song.
It dropped in 1998. It later appeared on his 2001 debut album. It wasn't a hit at the time, but that's changing now thanks to TikTok. So I guess TikTokers done found the song.
TikTok can bring shit back to life, can't it?
All these young people that didn't grow up with the song are like,
they wasn't in the club back then.
And you would think like, oh, it's gonna be some super sexy content, but it's really not. Like I'm looking at the stuff that I on here, and it's just like people changing clothes and shit. Like this is one of them. Oh wait, this dude, that's
Glorilla.
Yeah. I don't even see it on this one. Hold on, what? Oh, it's a related video. It's not the original.
Oh, boo.
How do I see the original video? What the hell? Let me refresh and see if that works. But it is kind of weird. Now I do wonder if it's a bunch of white people.
I can see that.
You know, because like black people know the song. Those of us of a certain age.
Of a certain age, yes we do.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's a YouTube. That one definitely not it.
Yeah, I don't even.
That's
know
related video too, so it might not be it.
Got no panties on, ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on the dance floor. I ain't got no panties on.
I wish I got nothing to do with no panties.
He done figured it. They done figured it out. They done added to the algorithm.
Put them panties off.
And I think a lot of it is probably like the beat, the tempo of the beat. Like those are probably things that they look at.
Once one person goes viral over there, everyone starts doing the same shit.
Yes, they copy each other.
Yeah, they just doing the same TikTok dance they always do. It's not really anything special.
Ain't no
about
panties
it.
off.
Yeah, they just.
It's like, okay, what are we doing here? Yeah, ain't nobody swinging no drawers above their head or anything. Ain't nobody taking no underwear off. What is happening here?
Well, good for Wax a Million. Okay,
I'm good. I'm happy for them.
I hope this happens for all my other favorite BET Uncut artists.
Come on, BET Uncut white girls.
I hope Black Jesus can get What That Thing Smell Like.
Yes, What That Thing Smell Like. That used to be me and Roger's jam. Shout out to those of you who watch BET Uncut before Creflo Dollar on Sundays.
Yep. All right, let's get into a different section. That was our news section. Let's talk about let's play a little music and come back and talk about being broke. Okay, guys.
Okay.
All right. As egg prices decline, bacon prices have heated up.
Well, damn, you still fuck with breakfast?
Yeah. Donald Trump was going to fix it. It's Trump's economy. Pork bacon prices are up nearly 6% nationwide and by double-digit percentages in certain metros.
As long as you didn't fuck with my liver much, I think I'm good.
Pork bacon prices in May were up 5.7% from April and 18% from May. Bacon prices tend to swing more wildly than other grocery staples, but it says possible bacon's new higher costs are here to stay. It says it's just the cost of doing business with tariffs, wages going up, product supply and demand, the cost of produce a pig, everything combines into that inflation for bacon.
Yeah. Inflation for bacon.
Bacon inflation.
And then don't be fancy and be like, I want thick cut, I want, marble bacon. Now that I ain't gonna lie, that shit is absolutely delicious.
Don't get me started on pork bacon, on pork belly.
Oh, pork belly, what you talking about?
Yep. RiteAid look like it's closing all its stores. I didn't know RiteAid was struggling like that.
I didn't know that. I never been by there. Never been there.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
There it is.
We wasn't frequenting it, but I just wonder if that means like CVS and Walgreens gonna buy all their stores.
I bet
and
you.
Eventually, we just gonna have like 2 drug like companies in America.
Right, that's not good because you need competition. The thing is, you have a lot of mom and pop pharmacies out there, but they struggle a lot of times because a lot of times the larger insurance companies don't want to deal with them, and they charge them like higher fees. A lot of people federal, they charge their high fees, and the thing is sometimes, and I've had this happen, depending on your medication, the larger pharmacies won't even have it. Like you have to go to a mom and pops in order to pick up like certain things, because certain things are kind of made like day of a specialty and all that shit. And you know, the big stores, they're like, we like to make, you know, prep our shit in advance, let it sit on the shelves and shit like that. And if it's something where you have to, they be like, hey, come back 3 days from now because they got to, you know, do some chemistry shit. You know, the larger pharmacies be like, no, you have to go to a smaller pharmacy in order to get these things filled out, because they're only the few people that would do like special orders like that, depending on what your medication is. And I know that because I've had that happen to me before.
Yeah, there's one around the corner from me. I won't tell you the name of it, but it's over by this gym workout place. But that place always seems to be busy. You know, it's a small pharmacy, but like Karen's saying, it's probably because of the specialty stuff that they do. Yeah, you know, heroin, you know, stuff like that.
Not them type of drugs.
Spirit Airlines files for bankruptcy amid growing losses and debt. That's bad. They supposed to be the cheap one.
You want to ride around on that bad boy?
Yeah. The way these planes crashes now, it's
like everybody's spirit now.
Charge me extra for the ticket. I'm scared. I want to get there.
Me too.
Don't cut no cost.
Yeah.
None.
But yeah, Spirit Airlines done gave up the ghost.
I'm surprised they lasted this long. Like, you know, I understand people do love Spirit because the thing about Spirit,
but it's kind of like the dollar store going out of business. I'm not like, I felt like this was a model that could always work.
True.
I mean, Spirit Airline whole thing was basically like Waffle House in the sky. You just fight for a seat.
You knock each other out for a seat.
Yeah. Whatever bags you can carry with you, you can have. Like, it was like cheap and affordable.
Yeah, and they could get people where they needed to go at a cheaper price. I understand that.
No first class.
Nope,
I don't
first
think.
class.
People sit on your lap.
Yeah, you could. They let your kid pilot the plane for like 20 minutes if you pay an extra fee. Like, they don't mind. Sit anywhere. Sometimes the pilot be like, "This is your pilot speaking. I need to take a nap. Anybody want to come handle the stick for about 20 minutes?"
Got it on autopilot.
Yeah, and you just knew that was part of your duties as a Spirit Airline flyer. But now they can't make that business model work. So that's scary. Because what does that mean for the more expensive ones?
Airlines, right?
Such as Delta. Delta was doing this thing where I didn't even know about this. But did y'all know they charge people that fly solo a little bit more? Yeah, they said they began removing the fares that hit solo travelers with significantly higher prices on Friday afternoon. So if you buy 2 tickets, it's less than if you buy one, or like it's less of a markup than if you buy 1 ticket. And they said everybody found out. They actually said they're not gonna do that anymore.
Right, people fly solo all of the time. Like, that don't make sense.
And what extra cost would you be incurring as a airline that wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You wouldn't need to raise my fare.
They just doing that because they was like, we rather you buy 2. It's like, bitch, it's just me and no reason. I don't need 2 tickets.
That's a business opportunity for a middleman. You say, look, y'all go on them. Give me all your tickets. I'll place 1 order. Get them all at one time. You know, charge you a small fee.
So they are once again charging solo and business travelers the same price per ticket as larger groups. Previously they have required at least 2 adults on a reservation in order to be eligible for the lower price. The mechanism by which the airline was pushing solo travelers to a higher fare bucket have disappeared, according to a search of all their flights now. So.
Right, because people got a hold of it and was like, the fuck y'all doing? Y'all already expensive as shit, and now you won't charge me more if I decide to fly by myself?
Right.
Maybe it's a transaction fee. You know, you place 1 transaction, order 10 tickets, as opposed to placing 10 separate transactions for each ticket. I don't know.
It just sounds like a hassle.
It sounds like a hustle. A hustle, man.
Yeah, sound like a hustle. Sound like a fee that they go, oh, we'll charge it until somebody says something. Yeah. Because like when I went to go see Roger in New York, I wasn't taking nobody with me. I was buying by myself.
Right. Yeah. Who knows? We weren't doing Delta, but maybe we was getting.
They got your $25.
Right. They may have. Who knew?
And we'll do one more. Shout out to this hero. The founder of Arizona iced tea, Don Voltaggio, is standing firm, keeping his iced tea affordable for everyone. He recently went on Today in the Morning News, and he said they are staying at 99 cents. We've been there over 3 decades. We're successful. We're debt free. We own everything. Why? Why should people who are struggling to pay rent have to pay more for our drink? Maybe it's my little way to give back.
All right, the price is on the can.
The price is on the can.
That's why everybody be like, don't be charging me $109 and that was like the price that says 99 cents.
He stopped that.
Yeah. Now the real thing is, when you go into the convenience store and they charge you more than $1, can we tell this man to come get them? Because we need some help out here. It's kind of crazy what's going on. We need somebody to regulate these prices and make sure they charging the 99 cents they supposed to.
Agreed.
All right, last segment. Let's do some guess the race, guys.
Guess the race.
All right, here we go. Where's my? There we go.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the race. We go around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved. Everyone plays. Karen plays, my dad plays, the chat room plays, and everybody's racist. A man followed a woman to a Chick-fil-A drive-thru over a car honk and aimed a gun at her.
Not at the Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, it was not her pleasure that day.
No, it was not.
A man pointed his gun at a woman at Chick-fil-A drive-thru after she beeped her horn at him at a green light. He took that personally. And you know what? That's a warning though. If he was staying still at the green light and you blew your horn at him to speed him up, that's because he had the time. He wasn't in a rush to go nowhere, so maybe he had the time to pull his gun out and follow you.
Apparently so.
It happened around 7:45 a.m. Damn, not breakfast.
Was you late to work? You made everybody late to work now.
He was hungry.
The woman told officers she was driving on Winchester Road when she honked her horn to alert the driver that the light was green. The man driving a tan Toyota Sienna got behind her and followed her to the drive-thru line. He got out of the van, cursed at her, and said, "I got a switch on this gun," while pointing a handgun at her. We don't know his name, but I have a picture of him. Guess the race.
Oh, white.
Karen says white. Dad?
I think he's going to be a dub.
All right. My dad says white. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. This is all the information I have, guys.
Of course, now they're going to a chicken place, right?
It is Chick-fil-A.
So,
but it's not any chicken place. They ain't say churches.
Okay.
Someone said, where was it? Memphis.
Oh.
This is in Memphis, if that changes anything for the guessers.
I think that's a brother, man.
Okay, my dad's switching to black. Yeah. All right. White, wannabe cop reject, white, nigga shit, says Cass always. Black says, so now switching to black after the Memphis information.
Yep.
Karen says white, dad says black. Switching to black, damn it, Memphis, says E-Mac. Pulled out the blicky black. So now it's black for most people. The correct answer is, Dad, you got it right. He was black.
Yep. Memphis. I've been to Memphis, man.
I've been through Memphis.
Yeah, they don't play. They don't play in Memphis.
Even the point guard of the team.
Yeah.
For the Grizzlies.
You get slam dunk you and pull a gun on.
Right.
Damn. Even Chick-fil-A ain't safe?
Karen missed.
I did.
All right.
The crowd is rough.
And that's
him.
him.
No.
Yeah.
Is that a mini? What is he driving?
A Toyota Sienna.
Oh, okay.
He in like a station wagon almost.
Like a mama car.
Like a minivan.
Pull out that heat from the station wagon, dog. Wow. He was having a rough day. And that's the start of it. It's only 7 a.m. Like
right. They just you ain't even been up a whole 2 hours.
Messed up his chicken biscuit game.
Right. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh wait, no, it says race in the beginning. Son of a bitch. Let me forget about that one. Go to another one.
Okay.
How about this one? Pennsylvania judge Sonia McKnight convicted of shooting sleeping boyfriend in the head.
Oh no!
She's a judge.
She a judge.
Ooh, she judged his ass.
Right. Judge, jury, and executioner.
Guilty.
So,
Pennsylvania judge accused of shooting her ex-boyfriend in the head while he slept may spend decades behind bars, as she was convicted of attempted homicide and aggravated assault charges. Oh, he didn't die. Huh.
Oh.
After 2 hours of deliberation.
Oh, okay, because I thought you were going to say murder. You was like homicide. Oh, shit.
Attempted homicide. Murder and homicide are the same thing. So, it was attempted murder, basically.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't successful. After 2 hours of deliberation, a jury convicted Sonia M. McKnight, a magisterial judge in Dauphin County, on both charges she faced. One count of attempted murder, one count of aggravated assault. She's 58. She held the role since 2016. 58. She was taken away in handcuffs after the trial judge rejected a defense request that she be released. She was taken outside the county for incarceration because she sent so many people to jail. They can't have her in the jail serving with them.
Yep.
The shooting unfolded February 2024 after her then boyfriend, Michael McCoy, 54, attempted to end their 1-year relationship and asked her to move out of his home.
Oh.
She allegedly agreed to go, but later that evening, McCoy was awoken by a massive head pain and was blind. During the trial, he testified he couldn't see after the shooting, but that McKnight was the only person in the home at the time. Police said that McKnight called 911 and that during the call, she said she could not explain what happened and that she stated she was sleeping and heard him screaming. Mm-hmm. So just some people broke in and shot the man that broke up with you that morning.
Yeah.
Emergency responders rushed to McCoy to the hospital where they found a gunshot wound to his right temple and exit to his left temple.
Woo!
They said he is blind in his right eye. Gun registered to McKnight was also found at the scene. And she was found to have gunshot residue on her hands only after an hour after the shooting. Both McCoy and McKnight told police they were the only ones in the home at the time. And he did not shoot himself. She had previous altercation with her estranged husband, Enoch McKnight, in 2019, during which she shot him in the groin after asking him to help her move furniture.
She got shooting history.
Right?
Oh.
He wasn't moving that furniture fast enough.
Oh, the estranged husband, like, I could have told you.
The couple, right. The couple married in 2014, filed for divorce 2 years later. However, the divorce was still pending at the time of the shooting, which was ruled to be self-defense as the pair were in the midst of a domestic dispute. For the most recent shooting, she faced up to 60 years in prison.
Damn.
Stupid. I don't know what her sentencing was yet, but it should have happened already. Guess the race of Sonia M. McKnight, judge.
I'm going black.
Karen's going with a black.
Sister. Yeah.
All right. This says here she was sentenced. She was convicted. She was sentenced to 13 and a half years at minimum, and
since 1914, Johnson and Wales,
and 30 at the highest. All right. So both of y'all went black on that one?
Yeah.
All right. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe.
Yeah, I don't think I know no white McKnights.
Okay. She wanted to have one last cry. She shot him in his eye. McKnight, evil like Brian, black, you can't handle the truth. Judge Hatchet. Shaking my head, she don't wash her hands, raw milk. This sounds colored. Shaking my damn head, black, she's a shooter. Nigga, I bet you won't know more, black. Found herself on the other side of the bench, white. The correct answer is black. You guys both got that one.
I'm gonna tell you how I knew she was black. A couple of weeks ago, you remember your mom asked me a question. I never give her a straight answer. I give her a joking answer. It just irritates her to death, right? So she asked me something the other day, and I said, I made a noise like an animal or something, like ooh 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 ooh. And she said, she went upstairs first. She came back downstairs. She said, next time I ask you a question, you better answer me, because that shit ain't funny and you ain't no goddamn dog. Cause I just said, like that. We laughed about that for about an hour, man. So I wrote it down. And every time whenever she comes in, I just look at her and just go,
the hell's wrong with you?
That was so funny. That was so funny, man.
That's her there. And of course, some people did miss it. A couple people said white.
She might be. She won't be. She won't be homeless.
Nope.
No, she have a permanent address.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the bonus round. My dad is 2 for 2. Karen is 1 and 1.
Mm-hmm. That bitch was white. I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get
gold
the race.
teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
A Sam's Club outlet had to destroy more than $10,500 worth of Spam and Vienna sausages after a 70-year-old man urinated on 2 pallets of canned goods.
Oh no!
Oh man!
You know what a year's worth of food that is for somebody?
Yeah.
How many thousands?
$10,500. Yeah.
Woo.
Spam,
Child.
sizzle, pee, and
That felt good.
Cops charged with a witness spotted. Cops charged that a witness spotted Patrick Mitchell relieving himself in an aisle 18 at Sam's Club. Damn.
Good thing we remember a Costco.
Hate to have to be the fucking dude to call that one in.
Right.
Clean up on aisle 18.
Bring a mop.
The witness used her cell phone to take a picture of the defendant and reported the incident to the store employees. Managers reviewed.
Right, because ain't nobody gonna believe that the man just peeing.
Oh, they'll believe.
Not that's true.
When they show up in this piss on the goddamn, they gonna know.
Oh, and like you said, I forgot. Yeah, they got video everywhere. So yes,
the evidence is there. Sam's Club managers reviewed the surveillance footage and spotted a man walking up to the palace and placing both hands in front of him below the belt line. Stood there for several seconds. Behavior consistent with urination, said the detective.
He was draining the snake.
Yeah. The one-eyed wonder weasel. Detective Ronnie Williams said the behavior was consistent with urination. Is he like the pee detective?
I think he's like a forensic guy.
Yeah.
he relieved himself.
PSI. He's
PSI. Piss inspector.
Right. Upon inspecting the area, workers confirmed that there was urine in 2 pallets containing 188 bulk units of Vienna sausages and 345 units of 8-count canned Spam Classic.
Smell it and see it too. Ugh.
Damn.
The merchandise had been contaminated with bodily fluids, requiring them to be discarded.
Yep, you have to.
I feel like they probably went and resold those. They probably was like, somebody in the back was like, man, if you don't wash them off and
put some bleach,
put them back out there.
Take it down to the home.
I'm about to take these down to Little Rock and sell these on the corner, 5 cents a can. I'm about to come up.
Yeah, I know, right?
Investigators charged that after Mitchell urinated on the canned goods, he was recorded strolling around the snack section.
Oh hell!
Sitting on patio furniture for over about 10 minutes.
No, I'm trying to dry himself out. What is happening here?
He then walked the register too and paid for his items and left the store. Maybe he thought it was the bathroom.
They got him.
Records from Sam's Club member portal identify him as a suspect. Oh, that's right, because you a fucking member.
So they know who you are. You had to show your ID. Yeah, you can't go into a place like that unless you're like a guest of like the person. They know who you are.
All customers have to provide their membership card to cashier prior to purchasing items while at the point of sale. Additionally, a comparison of Mitchell's driver's license photo with the image taken by a female witness resulted in positive identification. Mitchell was subsequently arrested for disorderly conduct and criminal mischief. The latter count is considered a felony since the alleged damage exceeded $1,000. Mitchell, who yesterday pleaded not guilty to charges, is free on $3,000 bond. He was busted at his home in the Villages, one of 2 properties he owns with his wife in a retirement community dubbed Florida's friendliest hometown.
Oh, yeah.
I bet his wife was pissed off. He previously resided in New York, where he sold his Long Island home in December 2022 for $620,000. Wow. And then he just pissing it all away.
Yeah.
Mitchell's arrest was first reported by villagenews.com. All right, guess the race of Mr. What's his first name? Patrick Mitchell.
I'm going white.
Karen's going with white for this man.
All day.
All right, Dad's going with white. Let's check the chat room. See what they believe. Membership revoked white. Past blue ribbon drinking white Florida man.
That's it.
White PP. Pissy and pale skin. White. Voted for Trump. White. The correct answer is white.
Yeah.
Everyone got it. Yeah.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked like
Dementia.
the cops just told him, "You're in trouble."
Vienna sausages.
Does he have one of them holes in his neck? Is my tripping?
for the you had a
tracheotomy things.
That's what it looks like.
Man, well, he's a wild boy for that one, man.
He is.
I can't imagine what the reasoning would be. So
for on the damn spam.
Yeah. Like, was it a reason he peed on them pallets?
They did not like spam.
And
Spam
then,
do something personally to him.
Right, and then just chilling in the store for 10 more minutes.
Look at the
sitting
snacks.
on patio furniture and
sightseeing and shit.
Paying for his shit and leaving like it. Like he just had an episode. I don't know what happened.
Dementia, man.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
All right, last thing, sword ratchetness. Got to warn people about these damn swords.
Get him. Get it. Got it. Got it.
Japanese swords banned from tourist programs, putting damper on the samurai experience.
Good.
A program that lets tourists use real Japanese swords as part of their martial arts Aido was suddenly canceled in January because it violated the firearms and sword control law.
Right.
Good job, Japan.
What is it going to take for one of them to slice themselves?
I saw something the other day where somebody went to a museum and they sat on a chair that was like a display. Like it was a chair that was part of the museum plate. Like this is so-and-so, a chair so-and-so design.
Like, don't touch this.
They sat on it and broke it. Now, and they were tourists. My point being, we're trusting tourists with weapons. We can't trust them not to fuck up a museum. Of course you can't give a person a sword.
Oh, I know the museum was pissed as shit. As long as that stuff been sitting there, you can set your ass on it and break it. And here's the bill.
And most of the stuff we get for the swords is all fucking like propaganda. So you got people that's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be just like the samurai. Oh, I'm gonna be just like anime." Like, no, this is a serious thing. It can hurt people.
Somebody said it was a glass chair. Who the fuck sits on a glass chair?
A dumbass tourist. The program was popular among foreign tourists and even won an award for the central government. The city's tourism association expressed disappointment about having to cancel the attraction. In Aido, practitioners hone their body and mind through the motion of drawing their sword and attacking.
But they've been trained.
Yeah.
These people have not.
Hayashizaki Jinsuku, or maybe it's Jinsku or something like that. Shigenobu, who was born from 1542 to 1617. Who is said to have created Aido, was born in Moriyama and venerated at its Kumano Iya-ryo Shrine, commonly known as the Iya Shrine. So then they go into a bunch of history lessons, but they canceled this whole thing nationwide. They said even places in other, like in a dojo in the town of Kosaka, Akita Prefecture.
They was like, don't do it nowhere.
Also terminated the program.
Right.
Where they cut straw bundles with real swords. They was like, no.
No, it need to be fake.
Yeah, they don't need swords at all. Just watch someone that's trained do it, and then you sit your ass on there.
And clap.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, when you go see, they only let you do this stuff with stuff that's not serious. When you go on like one of them plantation tours, they don't make you pick cotton.
That's true.
You know, they just be like, that's what the slaves used to do.
Maybe they should.
Now you can get married over there. And and don't forget, them slaves was happy to be here. They liked it.
They loved it.
They was singing songs. Well, Dad, I'm gonna let you go. I know you probably gotta get out here and get the fishing or something, or get in the garden
or something.
Something. I saw them catfish you caught. Them some big ass catfish, man.
And you thought it was AI, huh?
Well, I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
Because they were so big. I was like, what is this?
The biggest was 22 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What do you even do with 22 pounds of catfish?
Take a picture of it, put it back.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened to all of those.
Y'all in the put it back phase.
Put it back. Yeah, put it back.
Was it catch and release?
Yeah, there's some people I know who, hey, catch me, get me a catfish, and occasionally I'll get them one for 4 or 5 pounds, but usually I'll just catch them throw it back, take a picture.
Yeah, one that big, I could see. Might as well catch and release.
Well, I know them dudes. The NODR niggas on the river. I know they be catching
on the river.
Catch and release sometimes.
That's a group name.
Yeah. No, I love them dudes.
I got a hat.
Yeah. I got my dad that hat that time. Those dudes are pretty cool. Well, good. Well, back to fishing for you. We'll be back throughout the week, y'all. Thanks for listening. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Father's Day.
Hope y'all having a good one. And celebrating everybody and not letting anything get you down. Enjoy this freedom while we got it. Okay, it seemed like it's running out according to the news. So enjoy yourselves, and until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye everybody.